Hi, I'm Gillian. I'm a solicitor in the dispute resolution team at Muckle, and we're going to be talking about what is an adjudication. So adjudication is a specific type of dispute resolution procedure, and it was brought into force by law specifically to assist in resolving construction contract disputes. And at the end of it, you are given a decision by someone called the adjudicator, who tells you their decision, having listened to both parties' sides of the dispute, and that decision then sticks, and you abide by that decision until you get through to the end of the project. So adjudication is a type of dispute resolution procedure, but it's only available to construction contracts. And what that means in very simple terms is it a contract for services providing construction? Construction of buildings. It is anything that you're instructing a tradesperson or a trades company, in basic terms, build a building or do any works which involve physical construction of buildings, sites, so on and so forth. So building and construction projects are complicated. There's lots of parties involved. You've got your suppliers, you've got the developer, you've got the actual builder, you've got all of the different types of tradespeople, the consultants. There's always a lot of moving parts. And if any one of those parts starts to go wrong, it can have huge implications to your costs, who's going to pay for these things when they go wrong, and to timescales. Is the project going to ground to a halt? And practically anyone in the trade will tell you that once that stops, it's really hard to get things back off the ground again. So if you want to have your dispute referred to adjudication, you might have a written contract which tells you exactly how you go about doing that, or if not, and you look to the Construction Act, and that will help you decide how you appoint an adjudicator. It's usually someone who is an expert in the construction industry, an engineer, a chartered surveyor, a construction lawyer, so on and so forth. And usually you will appoint them via a professional body in the construction industry, such as the Royal Institute for Chartered Surveying. The parties involved in adjudication are usually the employer, so that's the developer, often on a building site, and the contractor, but it's not always the case. It might be the architect or another consultant or another supplier on the project. Those are the two parties who will act as the referring party, so that's the party that's bringing the dispute, bringing the adjudication, and the responding party, so that's the party who's defending the dispute or defending the adjudication. And then there'll also be the adjudicator, and those three parties will be involved in back and forth correspondence in a short time frame to put forward their positions and have the decision reached. So adjudication is designed to be quicker than other types of dispute resolution procedure. It's also designed to be a bit more cost effective. The primary benefit is that you don't get to the end of the process and still have a dispute. You have a decision. It's binding. If you like it, if you don't like it, you use it and you take it forward on the project, and you can argue about it later. But for the purposes of the here and now and keeping the project rolling, that decision is binding. So if the outcome of an adjudication isn't the one you wanted, unfortunately, you have to keep going with it. If the adjudicator says you need to pay X, this amount of money, or that's your fault, you need to fix that defect, whatever the dispute might have been, you need to abide by that decision and that finding. You need to keep going with the project, and then you need to speak to your legal advisors, because there might be a way that there's a counterclaim at the end of the line when the project's all completed, but you can rectify what the adjudication decision found if you think it wasn't the right one. So if you find yourselves in a construction dispute and you want to adjudicate, you can speak to us. We have an expert construction team, and they work closely with us in the dispute resolution team. We advise on a lot of adjudications. We can advise you if it's something that we suggest you do take legal advice on and you do engage legal drafting on, or if the dispute is perhaps something that you can manage independently or in-house. I hope you found this video useful. If you have got any questions on adjudication or dispute resolution, do get in touch with us at Muckle.